Well, coming up next, California is in the middle of a serious drought that has forced the state to reduce water to farmers.
Well, the effect is less severe in cities like Los Angeles, but residents there must still limit water waste, and authorities are pretty serious about water restrictions. VOA correspondent Mike O'Sullivan tells us about his recent ride with what can only be described as an LA water cop.
Rick Silva of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power cruises Los Angeles neighborhoods looking for signs of illegal watering.
Residential fines start at 100 and commercial fines start at 200.
Mike, tell us about this ride along you went on with the person that you described as a water cop.
Well, we had to get there very early in the morning. His name is Rick Silva, and initially he was the only water cop, enforcement officer, basically, with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. People water very early in the morning, typically 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. And so that's when he goes out to make sure they're watering when they should. Now, according to the ordinance, it's been in place for several years in L.A. If you have an odd-numbered house address, you have to water Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Even numbers are Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. No one can water on Saturday.
And when you were on this ride along, did you see people who were watering on the wrong days, and how did Rick handle those situations?
Well, we did see sprinkler systems that were operating on the wrong days. We did see excessive runoff. And so Rick would pull over to the side of the road, get out of his car, and go over and take a picture. Take a picture of the runoff, take a picture of the sprinkler, take a picture of the house number. Then he would go back to his office later in the day and go into his database and send out an informational letter to these people. If they are repeat offenders, they'll be threatened with a fine, and eventually they will be fined.
So, Mike, the big question here, of course, is why these restrictions?
Well, we're going into the third year of a drought in California, and it's a drought that covers 100% of the state. In LA, for many years, we've had strict rules governing the use of indoor plumbing, low flush toilets and water-efficient shower heads and faucets, and so that's pretty much covered. But where we waste a lot of water in LA is with irrigation, and about half of the water used in Los Angeles is for watering outdoor lawns. The city is urging homeowners to tear out their lawns and plant drought-resistant plants.
We will pay you to take out your grass. We'll pay you $3 a square foot.
Incentives have enticed some homeowners to put in plant varieties that are native to a temperate climate. The city has done this model landscaping in a public park.
See, some of them are flowering now. It's pretty nice.
So, Mike, you live in Los Angeles. You've lived there for a while now. What's been the response among people there? How do they feel about these restrictions?
Well, I have to say that an awful lot of people don't know about the restrictions, and I was not really clear on them as I went into this story. And a confession, I'm going to have to reset my own home sprinkler system as soon as I can figure out how it works, because I'm watering on some of the wrong days. And I think this is pretty common. I have mentioned this story to people, and they say there are restrictions. I didn't know about it. And the water district and the state water officials have a real job on their hands educating the public.